welcome to this special news coverage featuring the Care for Humanity events happening in Canada. I'm Michelle Pareto. These ongoing events in May continue to be a part of a special commemoration as we, members of the Church of Christ, remember the 139th birth anniversary of Brother Felix Y. Manalo, the one person whom we believe is the messenger of God in these last days. And it is the foundation named after him, the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation, the charitable partner of the Church of Christ, that spearheads all of these Care for Humanity events. These Care for Humanity events continue today through the leadership of the Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and are part of the ongoing mission to obey God's command, to extend help to our fellow men in need. Just as we went all across the United States of America, we dive into all the events that happened across Canada. Let's take a sneak peek.
59% of British Columbians feel financially paralyzed due to rising costs.
It appears Canadians will be faced with another year of rising food costs.
Social assistance gets my rent paid, but it's not a lot to live off.
When you get to the grocery stores, you find out that the price has increased, and it has eaten so much into the income of the family.
It's pretty hard to find jobs and everything is getting expensive.
People have been depressed because of this amount of pressure that is weighing on you.
Quand il y a des gens qui pensent à nous, surtout des personnes à faible revenu, très bien et d'avoir des gens là pour aider d'autres personnes qui sont dans la nécessité.
We're called to not only see the suffering but to act.
I've never been shown love like Church of Christ.
All of church in Canada, I will never see the gift like I received today, and me and my wife. I will never see. I think that's a remarkable event that make people feel good. How can I say most happy?
It really helps people like myself, knowing that there are people out there who have that godly love within them, who can organize events like this just to spread that level of love.
It's actually a Church of Christ, not just any church by name. It's actually a Church of Christ.
Across Canada, the rising cost of living is affecting families in ways we haven't seen in years, especially for newcomers and those already struggling to make ends meet. But in the face of these challenges, stories of compassion and unity continue to shine through. Odelia Carr has that report.
Downtown Calgary, a symbol of economic strength in Canada. But even here, the effects of inflation are hitting home, with grocery prices climbing and wages struggling to keep pace. Rising costs in Calgary are affecting people from all walks of life. For immigrants like Musi, the challenges of starting over are steep.
Life in Africa is totally difficult. That's why I came here. My clothes, my food right now. To be honest, it's not enough because when you're new here, it's hard to start as a newcomer.
And with 1 in 5 residents in Calgary struggling with food insecurity, longtime residents like Gary and his wife Bang are not able to work, making the struggle greater for basic needs.
I can't work, right? I have to look after them.
There is a world of people like myself out here that are almost invisible to most people. There's a lot of people that I think just need a really good helping hand.
We are called to not only see the suffering but to act, to lift others up, and to extend the warmth of our community to all who are struggling.
That helping hand came through an act of compassion at the Iglesia Cristo Church of Christ, House of Worship in Calgary. In partnership with the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation, volunteers gave out care packages with groceries and set up clothing booths to support the local community.
Yeah, I thought when I come here in Canada, all people are strangers. But when I see here you guys, They are very happy face.
Yeah, I'm happy. I have some food.
Yeah, thank you very much for today's event and for the care package that we received.
I know everything is inside you go to help us. All of church in Canada, I will never see the gift like I received today, and me and my wife. I will never see.
For some, the experience went beyond just receiving aid.
They put first Christ in their prayer. I really feel happy because I met a new family.
To Brother Eduardo Vimanalo, I very, very much thank yourself. It will help in my daily life moving forward.
As Calgary helped those in need, it was in other places in Alberta region that benefited from this timely assistance. Like in the city of Edmonton, that tells a similar story where residents from all walks of life are feeling the strain in making ends meet.
What makes life so hard for me is, of course, the cost of living is a little bit higher.
Social assistance gets my rent paid, but it's not a lot to live off of. And considering the wages that I'm used to, I make less than 25% of what I usually make.
Inflation, I think, really affects every families in the world. I mean, especially if you have children.
In response to these ongoing hardships, the Care for Humanity project reached Edmonton, held at the Church of Christ House of Worship in Wellington. Here, community members were welcomed with care packages containing essential food and supplies and access to free medical services, all aimed at lightening the load many have been carrying for far too long.
I get two, one for my family, and I'm going to give another bag to a friend of mine. I'm very grateful and very appreciative because giving help to the people in need is really a great thing to do.
But beyond the physical support, it was the unity of compassion that struck a strong chord.
I learned quite a bit from the Care for Humanity that there are people who are also concerned about your other people's needs. It helped a lot, not only that as a material thing, but also emotionally, and also the togetherness, that you get together with different people and you hear their stories, and yeah, it helped. Yeah.
6 continents of the world.
I really thought that the Church of Christ only exists in the Philippines, but watching that video tells me that it actually exists all around the world. I feel so great. Well, I'm not actually a member, but I'm so glad to be part of the different events of your church.
And in British Columbia, Canada's Westmount province, it's in places like Vancouver where also basic necessities are becoming harder and harder to afford.
A lot of people suffer food-wise because of all the changes, and they're raising prices of food, and they have a problem to purchase food. Sometimes they have a job, and then next thing you know, they don't have a job, and so it gets very sad.
My experience right now is like it's very hard to find a job anywhere. Like also in our country, it's so hard to find to gain an income.
In the face of these challenges, efforts like the Care for Humanity outreach offer more than just relief. They bring renewed hope and a sense of unity to those who need it most. Here at the Church of Christ compound in Burnaby, residents across the community came together to receive much-needed assistance, care packages filled with essential groceries, and food tents providing warm meals and support.
A lot of goodies, like pasta. It was very welcoming to be here and comforting, and respectful. And to receive the care package, I didn't expect to, but I'm just thankful.
Oh, it's very helpful for me because right now it's in Canada it's very expensive to buy some groceries. So that package will help me because at least in my days to stay here, like it gives me like food to sustain my daily living.
In the face of rising costs, uncertain futures, and daily struggles across Canada, from Calgary to Edmonton and British Columbia, one thing remains constant: the power of compassion. Through the Care for Humanity project, the Iglesia de Cristo Church of Christ continues to reach those most in need, not only offering aid, but restoring dignity, lifting spirits, and reminding communities that no one is truly alone. From Calgary, Canada, I'm Odelia Carr, Canada Care for Humanity Special Coverage.
Canada has one of the highest per capita immigration rates in the world. Of the major urban areas for newcomers is the Montreal region of Quebec. And as the influx of immigrants remain at a high rate, so do the challenges and struggles faced by individuals and families. Yet hope isn't far away. Laura Ibanez has more.
Montreal, ranked not just as a global city, but is also the largest city in the province of Quebec, remains an important center of culture, commerce, and world affairs. Of the 4 major cities in Canada, it remains one of the most popular destinations for newcomers seeking to settle, and it is regularly ranked as one of the top 10 best cities in the world to be a university student. For Stephen, he moved from Ghana to Canada in pursuit of furthering his education, but he also attests to the challenges he's faced since moving.
I came to Canada to study further, to enhance my knowledge with respect to the marketing field. You're leaving your friends, you're leaving your family behind. It's been extremely difficult.
And the challenges only compound for newcomers like him.
People have been depressed because of this amount of pressure that is weighing on you. People in the diaspora have come here for whichever reason. Maybe they came on a visitor's visa, they came on whatnot, they sought asylum, whatever it is. It's a change of environment, it's a change of mentality, it's a change of everything.
Though the pursuit of a brighter future for people like Stephen remains an uphill battle, he was able to witness and experience something that uplifted him. Through a Care for Humanity event held at the House of Worship compound of Beaconsfield in the Ecclesiastical District of Quebec and Atlantic Canada, and where care packages filled with groceries and daily essentials were distributed to all guests in attendance.
It really helps people like myself, international students, knowing that there are people out there who have that godly love within them, who can organize events like this just to spread that level of love.
For attendees like Wedlin from Haiti, she was enlightened to learn the scope of outreach initiatives of the Church of Christ.
Pour moi, c'était une belle expérience parce qu'on était venus et on nous a bien accueillis. Et on a vu les vidéos et comment vous aider les gens dans d'autres pays et ici au Canada. Et on a bien mangé aussi. Et c'était une belle expérience pour moi. Je serais ravie de retourner, de participer avec vous. Et je pense que le paquet que vous avez donné aujourd'hui va beaucoup nous aider parce qu'il y a beaucoup de choses pour nous et les enfants. Quand il y a des gens qui pensent à nous, surtout des personnes à faible revenu ou des personnes qui sont dans le besoin, et je pense que c'est très bien d'avoir des gens là pour aider d'autres personnes qui sont dans la nécessité.
Yeah, I came here as a student and I'm currently looking for a job while studying French, right? Like with the economy the way it is, it's pretty hard to find jobs and everything is getting expensive, especially with the tariffs. It's always good to receive help.
We're going to remember a lot, but with what you guys did, for me personally, I'm going to remember what it is. What I've seen here, first I think the church is kind. One of the things that Jesus was concerned about was actually caring for humanity. It's actually a church of Christ, not just any church by name. It's actually a church of Christ.
Ce que vous faites, c'est vraiment à grande échelle là, et c'est vraiment admirable. Ça aide beaucoup de personnes.
Stuff like this happen. People like myself, we feel like there are people out there who actually care. You're changing a life. But I'm telling you that this goes along with, even for me, you're able to empathize and realize that there are people out there who are not necessarily like you. So the little action you take can go a very long mile to help somebody.
This extension of love and care only continued. In Winnipeg, Manitoba, a similar event was held, distributing care packages to families and individuals struggling to make ends meet.
When you get to the grocery stores, you find out that the price has increased, and it has eaten so much into the income of the family, and where you need to buy all these things often and often. With the video I've seen, they have really touched lives in the people that really need this assistance. They have this support, people who care about them, give them a little out of love. I have a change of heart and more information and understanding about what the Church of Christ does now, and I'm happy to be part of it.
Connaître que la vraie Église de Dieu est représentée dans environ 160 pays dans le monde et participe beaucoup aux aides humanitaires. Et je suis très content et honoré d'avoir reçu ce jour beaucoup de connaissances concernant la vraie Église de Dieu et avoir également reçu un paquet. Et je remercie beaucoup Eduardo V. Manano, le ministère ecclésiastique de la vraie Église de Dieu. Merci.
And though over 500 kilometers away, in Saskatchewan, the care extended by the Church of Christ to residents, immigrants, and neighbors was just the same, bringing hope, relief, and a help up to people struggling with making ends meet. Free blood pressure checks and blood glucose checks were available, and care packages filled with non-perishable goods and necessities were also distributed. Musical performances were also put together to welcome the surrounding local communities to this outreach event. This work of providing help to communities, families, and individuals in need does not stop here in Montreal, but will continue across Canada and to the rest of the world. The guests leave the event with joy and relief as they are able to bring home with them care packages and, most importantly, a profound insight on what the Church of Christ is all about. From Montreal, Quebec, Laura Ibanez, Canada Care for Humanity Special Coverage.
Ontario, the most populous province in Canada, contains some of the nation's most recognized landmarks. From Parliament Hill in Ottawa, to the CN Tower and skyscrapers of Toronto, to the majestic Niagara Falls, Ontario is quite eclectic. And one of these diverse cities is the nation's capital of Ottawa, attracting immigrants who often have challenges of adapting to new environments. But in a prompt response, care and love was shown by those wanting to extend a helping hand. PJ Bradley gives us the details.
Located just 15 kilometers south of the famous Parliament buildings is the area of Nepean, and it is here that many immigrants decide to settle. Among the influx of newcomers who have chosen to call Ottawa home are many French-speaking individuals. Kathleen has lived in Canada now for only 5 months. Originally from Cameroon, she and her family ventured to Canada for better opportunities.
We decided to come in Canada to give opportunities to our children to have a better future.
And leaving behind a life that they knew has not been easy.
I leave everything that I have to arrive in the new country and to re-begin your life is not easy. Up to now, we didn't find a work.
But while online, she sought information about an outreach event. Kathleen was curious to see what the activity was all about.
I saw it and I think I can go there to see what happened there.
a Care for Humanity event held by the Church of Christ in partnership with the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation, placed on the Church of Christ chapel grounds in Nepean. In addition to providing a friendly environment to build social bonds, free clothing and care packages containing grocery essentials were provided to newcomers to Canada and to anyone in need of a helping hand.
That's a remarkable event that makes people feel good and happy.
You are alone here. Then there are many organizations here, like you and how can I say? Yes, to help the newcomers to be comfortable.
Gankam, also from Cameroon, aimed to start a new life in Canada with his family and was thankful for the feeling of community.
People really need to have such events because ça amène les personnes to be together. Ça amène un sentiment déjà donc déjà, ça nous fait connaître cette communauté, l'Église de Cristo.
I wanted something better for my kids. I wanted to give them the opportunity that I did not have. Yeah, thank you, Church of Christ. I got stuff for the family. I got feeding, clothing. I met people.
Jacques moved to Canada from Africa, and he enjoyed that people were brought together and were given hope through this activity.
Je pense que ce sont des initiatives qui rassemblent déjà beaucoup de gens, qui permettent à des gens d'avoir une certaine vision de la vie, c'est-à-dire l'amour, la vision de l'amour et du partage, c'est-à-dire de s'aimer entre les uns les autres. Le paquet, ce sont des cadeaux pour le quotidien, voilà, des conserves, des trucs pour les enfants. Chez nous, en Afrique, on dit le peu qu'on a reçu n'est jamais peu.
Thank you for you, and thank you for God who permit me to be here today.
Propelled by love, Church of Christ members in Canada and across the globe enthusiastically provide help and compassion to anyone in need through Care for Humanity events like this. From Nepean, Ontario, we travel west to Canada's largest city, Toronto. A bustling and vibrant metropolis, the Greater Toronto Area has a population of over 7 million people. Toronto's relatively strong economy can be attributed to being the second largest financial hub in North America. And yet this thriving city has residents with financial struggles. Newcomers to Canada have a higher rate of low-income status than the general population. Tiffany, from Vietnam, knows firsthand the challenges immigrants face.
People come from different backgrounds. The immigrants, they struggle a lot to adapt to new society, language barrier, renting, housing, living expenses, and especially when you have children. I came here when I was pregnant, no families around.
To give hope and a hand up to residents struggling, another Care for Humanity event took place in Toronto at the House of Worship compound of Midtown. Care packages with food staples were also distributed here, in addition to purposeful services, a clothing drive, and warm meals. The event embraced anyone feeling alone.
Sometimes the small action can still make a big difference. They can bring love and support to everyone.
Paul, who came to Canada from Uganda, appreciates the connections made.
Working too much, you're tired, and when you change environment and meet new people, like in every community, there are so many people who are in need. Even you may find even me myself, I may need help. When I saw the package, the only thing came to my mind was love. The package showed me like, oh, I was expected, I was invited, and I was welcomed. That's love.
The people of God, they are not selfish, they care for others, and they also show love to the people. Yeah.
Care for Humanity events continue to be conducted, spreading kindness and love whenever possible. From the skyscrapers of Toronto, we go further west in Ontario to the banks of the Niagara River. Niagara Falls is known as a natural wonder and sits between the state of New York and the province of Ontario. Approximately 12 million people visit the falls each year, and this tourism widely generates income for this area. But there are residents in southern Ontario who are battling unemployment, food insecurity, and have trouble finding affordable housing. In a Care for Humanity activity held at the Niagara Falls House of Worship grounds, care packages and musical entertainment provided upliftment to guests in attendance.
And in those care packages, there were large bags that were so heavy, and they were just full of supplies, food, things that would really benefit anyone, honestly, in life going forward, especially during times when it's difficult to make ends meet. Not even just in this country, but anywhere else in the world, like gifts and like what INC does, it just goes a long way.
Kennedy, originally from Nigeria, knows the weight of being unemployed. But he's also felt concern and warmth.
The church showed me love. I've never been shown love like Church of Christ. In fact, all the church members in Brampton, they showed me love. When I have no job, they were there for me. I'm not lacking anything for now. I'm very happy to receive it.
Church of Christ members here in Southern Ontario and all over Canada doing good whenever possible. Through Care for Humanity and other outreach programs, compassion and hope will continue to be extended to those in need, enveloping them with the love that is found inside the Church of Christ.
As a response to the great need for help, the Church of Christ has stepped in to provide care and relief across Canada, including right here in Ottawa, to help families and individuals through the Care for Humanity project. From Ottawa, Ontario, PJ Bradley, Canada Care for Humanity special coverage.
Through the Care for Humanity project, the Church of Christ continues to care for our fellow men as commanded by the Almighty God. Through these outreach events, many of those in need have benefited by the care extended to them, and this work will only continue. We hope these stories leave you inspired, uplifted, and motivated to unite in this endeavor. I'm Michelle Pareto. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. God bless.